From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Well, if you got an Amazon Fire Stick or Roku, there is a free Weather NorCal app, and you can watch the 24-hour streaming channel right on your TV. Now, if you have a smart TV without either of these two items here, most likely your smart TV has YouTube on it. For example, even if you have Apple TV, it has YouTube on it, right? So all you have to do is go to the Weather NorCal YouTube page, and you can click on, of course, subscribe to it. That's a good idea, number one. But also, you can click on the 24-hour streaming channel, and you can also, from the YouTube app, watch the latest forecast, like the one you're watching now. So we do have the gusty winds at times with elevated fire danger over the next several days. Now the highs will be slightly above normal for the most part this week, with getting warmer for your Memorial Day. It looks like we're going to see much warmer temperatures, especially by the second half of the weekend and into early next week. We're also seeing a possibility for a few showers and thunderstorms in the Sierra, but otherwise not very wet out there. We take a look at your neighborhood forecast for tomorrow. There's going to be a spike in the temperatures. We're going to be looking at temperatures upper 80s. Some of us in the valley could even reach that 90-degree mark. However, Trinity County about 80, around 70, low 70s for most of us in the higher elevations, but for the coast, once again, temperatures right on the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. So looking at Futurecast, there's a little bit of that low cloud cover kind of sticking around here as we go into tomorrow morning for parts of near Eureka, some of the inland valleys there. But you can see plenty of sunshine elsewhere to start off the day. Taking to tomorrow afternoon, we're seeing a few clouds beginning to kind of filter in out towards Siskiyou County, Modoc County. Also notice some showers out towards our north into Oregon, but should be dry for us. And there again is some fog trying to redevelop and establish itself here. In fact, you can kind of see it really starts to kind of move in here by the time we get into Wednesday morning. So even Crescent City all the way down into southern Humboldt County, looking at that fog to start off the day on Wednesday. By the way, we're also seeing some clouds moving into Siskiyou and Modoc County as well, but still dry. Then we go into Wednesday afternoon. We'll probably see some clearing along the coast, but it may be a little difficult for places like Eureka, for example, and some afternoon clouds developing here for Wednesday afternoon, even for the valley, but of course still dry. So I've been talking about the winds, fairly strong. The forecast winds for tomorrow morning, not as strong as they were this morning. We go into tomorrow afternoon, again, not as strong as we'll see here for today, but still gusty nonetheless. By the way, you're still seeing those gusty winds along the coast as well. Let's take you into your Wednesday morning, and it looks like Wednesday morning the wind's picking back up again, 20 to even upwards of 30 miles per hour. Once again, gusty winds along the coast. We take you into your Wednesday afternoon, 20 to 30 miles per hour. So the winds were strongest today. They'll see a little bit, relax a little bit here tomorrow, then probably start to see those winds ramp back up for Wednesday afternoon, even along the coast, 20 to even over 30 miles per hour. And look at some of the mountain locations, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, also seeing those gusty winds. So this is going to be the case here off and on at times. Now, I want to show you the relative humidity because you can see as we go into tomorrow morning, we're actually going to be fairly dry, but we're in the 30 to 40% range. Then we go into tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, we're in the single digits in some areas. Just kind of give you an idea that we're still looking at those fairly dry conditions. There will be a little bit of a recovery here for Wednesday morning. Going into Wednesday afternoon, we're back down to the single digits and teens. This is pretty normal for us. And when we look at the fire weather risk, there you can see that we have those north winds. We're seeing a little bit of that orange that we saw today. But as we take you into your Tuesday, look what happens. Temperatures are increasing, but the winds aren't going to be quite as strong. So as a result, we're kind of in that low to moderate range here for the valley. But going into your Wednesday, well, those winds pick up again, but we're still kind of in that low to moderate category. A little bit deeper yellows here indicating that with the stronger winds, yes, they're going to be a slightly higher elevated fire weather risk, but overall, it could be worse. Let's just put it that way, because the temperatures aren't going to be too terribly hot, with the exception of tomorrow. I think some of us in the valley could reach 90 degrees, but keep in mind, the winds won't be as strong for tomorrow, but still breezy. Then we see a slight dip Saturday, a very nice dip in those temperatures before they start to go back up. There's a look at Memorial Day. I mean, we're back up to the upper 80s by then. I just wanted to also show you that the mountains are also experiencing these up and down swings with the temperatures. You see how they're kind of going down, then back up, then back down, then back up as we get into the second half of this weekend and into your Memorial Day. So we have this system off to our east, another one coming down. That's going to keep our temperatures down a bit. And then we're going to watch this as well because that'll be swinging down to the south, keeping our temperatures at bay. But not only are we going to be looking at those cooler temperatures as a result, but these are what we call inside sliders. You may have heard me mention that before. But when these storm systems ride to our northeast, what they do is they tend to ramp up those winds. So that's the reason why we expect off and on gusty winds here this week and most likely even into the weekend. However, by Sunday into your Memorial Day, we do have that ridge of high pressure in place, and that's going to give us warmer temperatures. We got to watch this trough of low pressure here with the colder air associated with it. As it stands right now, it'll probably ride over that ridge, suppress the heat a little bit. So bottom line, I just don't expect any major heat waves heading our way anytime soon. So as you can see here, we do have wet conditions to our north at times and maybe a few showers and thunderstorms for parts of the Sierra, but looks like all of Northern California will be dry this week, this weekend, and even into your Memorial Day. Your wave heights are going to decrease as we go into Tuesday, so that certainly is some good news. Now going into Wednesday, fairly low to start off, but as we go into Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, we may see an elevated wave heights. So look at a marine forecast for your Tuesday. North winds at 15 to 20 knots, and there are no alerts. Still that gale warning through this evening, but by tomorrow that should be lifted. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 50s overnight for the valley. There you can see in the mountains, it's going to be much colder, looking at those temperatures mainly in the 30s. All right, let's go and take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, so even some low 80s for some of those warmer spots. We take you out to the north coast, where there you can see out towards Rio Del, about 60. Now for the coast, look at these temperatures. We're basically going to be upper 50s, maybe eventually up to about the low 60s by Monday, but really just kind of that flat line with those temperatures. But elsewhere, valley, mountains, inland areas, you're kind of seeing those temperatures kind of going up and down, a little mini roller coaster ride, if you will. I mean, that's the case for Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Up and down with those temperatures the next 7 days. For your Tuesday, temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s. We take a look at your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, upper 60s, not quite 70 degrees here for tomorrow, but we could touch 70 for some spots here. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, those temperatures upper 60s to low 70s, but some of the warmer spots are going to be kind of touching that 80-degree mark like Paradise. Shingletown 77, Susanville about 73, and Portola about 71 degrees. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor, most likely looking at upper 80s. Now, we could see some 90-degree readings here for tomorrow, but we are expected to see those temperatures to begin to drop after that. Looking at your Valley neighborhood forecast to the north, temperatures starting to drop after Tuesday, then they start to kind of go back up after Saturday. So let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for Redding. There you can see those temperatures going to kind of average out in the mid-80s for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we see a nice drop in our temperatures for the weekend. Upper 70s to low 80s, but back up in the upper 80s by your Memorial Day.